Down, 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 down. Da, 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 da. Would you like to learn why I believe the crypto market is soon to go down, to experience price collapse? Why I think that September is going to herald a crash for the market. And this could pose a fantastic time to be able to come back into the market and dollar cost average in based on how low we will drop. Now, if you're excited to learn more and also about cryptocurrencies that are going to make you a fortune and retirement money, then make sure you listen on. My name is the Suppoman, your superhero of 100x altcoins. Part of that process involves investing in microcaps in a bull market. The other way is by investing in elite, strong, multi-cycle cryptocurrencies at a low during a bear market. And this poses one of those periods, arguably one of the all-time best periods ever. So if you're excited to learn from the master, then make sure you smash a like on this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit the bell notification and set it to all, so that you get notified every time I go on live, and therefore I don't have to keep on going on Twitter and reminding everybody. So if you could do me a solid, let me make sure I'm live. Yes, I am. If you could do me a literal solid, smash that like button. Hit it harder than I hit it. Watch it animate gleefully in front of you. And that will provide you with some nice entertainment as you watch on with a cup of tea and enjoy the Suppoman. So, where are we at the moment? So, I am going to be showing you why I also think that Ethereum is going to be dropping very shortly. So let me just share this over to the people of Twitter, because I still have to do that until you guys actually start getting notifications. So let me just share Twitter. Tweet. It's tweeted. There we are. So let me make sure that you can hear me and everything. I'm sure you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And the black blazer has made a return. I used to wear this in my 2017 videos. And it's back. It's back. It looks good, does it not? Still a bit shiny. Right, okay, so let's get started from the beginning. So if we have a look and see where we are at today, Bitcoin is at 24,000. So despite the CPI figures coming out last week showing a slowdown in inflation, as we are led to believe, we can see that Bitcoin has actually struggled. So there was an initial $1,000 price pump in Bitcoin going from 23,200 to 24,200, and now we are seeing it didn't maintain, it didn't grow. The bullishness has looked to be rinsed. Ethereum recently got up to $2,000 and it has now retraced back to $1,900. If we have a look at the market volume, we can see that back in November we were at 130 to 150 billion dollars in daily volume, and now we are quite literally on 61. We can see that the environment is being set up for a crash season. If there isn't the volume to support Bitcoin and all crypto assets going up, then fundamentally they stand a big chance of losing value. Something else I see is that the greed is back on track. Okay, so we were languishing for quite some time in the very low, in the 10s area, 10 to 20 zone. And now we have made a comeback. Look, we're in the 45 zone. We're still in apparent fear, but it looks as if we're no longer in extreme fear, which means that people seem to be confident and positive about the price going up. So let's have a look and see what is causing Bitcoin to stay relatively compressed. Well, one of the reasons today is the Dixie. Dixie shooting up right now. It's entered 106. Once again, it has been in the 104, the 103 region as of this month, but now has surged to 106. Now we are seeing a bit of a lag with regards to the S&P. That's pumping. The Nasdaq, that's pumping. What else is pumping? Dow Jones, I think, is also, that's also pumping. So we're seeing a bit of a lag. Now, the market is not looking very strong. So I'm going to show you exactly why, and also show you why I think September is going to be a bad month for cryptocurrency. So before I go into why September, I'm going to go through some of the news. So first of all, we have got the China economy beginning to suffer. Our focus has been on the US economy. It hasn't been on the UK economy, and the UK economy is suffering just like the US economy, and it seems to be a month behind the US economy. It seems to be experiencing the worst right now. But China is undergoing real pain in their economy. They're having a massive slowdown. As a result of the slowdown, oil prices have been sent plunging to $88 a barrel, and we are seeing hardship in the property sector. It's basically started off with Evergrande earlier in the year, and now it is petering out into other property giants. So what we can see here, retail sales grew, but that's well below the 5% growth that was forecasted. Industrial production has risen, but also missed expectations for 4.6% growth. So an investment into retail and real estate fell at a faster pace in July than June. So one of the key reasons is because of COVID controls in Shanghai and Beijing. I think it's mainly Shanghai, where essentially COVID, they had a zero tolerance rule on COVID. And if you were suffering COVID, you had to go off 14 days off, which meant that factory production went much lower. That meant that production for US entities that are supplied by China also suffered. All right, so we are seeing the beginnings of potential hardship coming out of China. And as we can see here, several property giants in China are now showing signs of potential loan defaults. So we could be seeing a big China economy collapse happening. What we have also seen is we've seen Ethereum start to go down. So the merge event, which is happening on the 15th of September, is going to coincide with a bearish September, I believe. So the merge has obviously been overheated. If you have been experiencing the British weather, it's been overheated here. It's been 34, 35 degrees. It's been ridiculously hot, just like the market has. It has been, well, for Ethereum anyway, it has been growing and growing substantially in anticipation of the Ethereum merge. The Ethereum merge is going to change everything for Ethereum. It is having a triple halvening event. It is having 3 halving events in one day on the 15th of September. It's going to change everything for Ethereum. But I think that it's not going to change everything for Ethereum before there is a crash in Ethereum. Okay, so let me show you why. So if we use the Fibonacci retracement, and we can use this essentially to plot and see how likely Ethereum is to fall. So typically when there is a rise in an asset, either Bitcoin or any of the cryptos, then typically there is a 60% retracement. The market takes back 60% of the value that has been amassed during a bullish trend. Now what we can see here, if we go and have a look at it right now, up to where we stalled at 2000. So it's very likely that we could be seeing, let me just get the rectangle up, we could be seeing a fall to down here, 1300 to the golden zone of 1100. That's very, very possible coming up. Essentially a sell the news event. Buy the rumor, which is what people have been doing on Ethereum ever since mid-June. People have been buying it up, and particularly mid-July, which is when they announced the Ethereum merge was going to be happening on September the 19th, and we have just had the testnet, so it seems like everything is going successfully and it's going to be happening. We could see Ethereum due a large drop. Now, if Ethereum was to go up a bit further, so my prediction on where Ethereum would go would be for about 2,200 towards the actual event. So that would be following this trend line quite nicely to the beginning of September, around about the 4th of September. That would take Ethereum to about, it would take us up there. So that would move the buying zone a little bit further up should that occur. But I do think there is going to be a retracement. So that would move it to about 1,400. Okay, so it seems as if the overheating on Ethereum is starting to slow down. And particularly because the crypto market isn't following it. The Dixie is up. Bitcoin seems to be stalling. It's not growing. And there are just some ad hoc big spikes in cryptos like Shiba Inu going up. But there is not a general market momentum of going up. So I think that poses a very big risk for September. So let me tell you about September. Before I do that, let me just show you this. Okay, so Bitcoin seems to be struggling in this zone here. So it needs to exceed this zone, this rectangular zone here, in order to find this low volume area. In this low volume area, Bitcoin has the best chance of surging. This is the resistance, this is the support. So it's really between these two areas here that Bitcoin could travel up to 28,000. But it's really struggling. You can see this box I drew in the last stream, which was around about 5 days ago. You can see that Bitcoin wicks through it, but the body of the candle stays below it. So it's having real problems getting up there. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's going to make it. It may make it. There may be a late August surge, but I think that is making way for a very early September drop. So let me explain to you why I think September is going to drop. So if I go all the way back to when I was in the market, all the way back in 2017, when I remember we had a pretty gloomy September. Okay, so let's just go back to September, right, which was right here, 2nd of September. All right, so what happened in September, early September? So Bitcoin actually hit a new all-time high. It hit a new all-time high of $5,000. And from that point, it then retraced 40%. So it went down from $5,000 to $2,956. I remember that day. It was when 4 Chinese exchanges, centralized exchanges, closed down amidst China stopping people from being able to get into cryptocurrencies and ICOs. So I remember when these exchanges went down, it caused all prices to actually drop, and up to that point, everything was looking peachy. August was looking peachy for a fantastic month for making profits. But September came along, early September, essentially from the 2nd of September, big drop down, 40%. Let's now go to September 2018. And that takes us to this segment here where we were smothering the 6K zone in preparation to go down to the 3K zone. Very similar to where we are today, where this is the 20K zone, and I believe this is the 10K zone. And we are also going to be testing at 20K zone once again. So let's have a look and see what happened in September in 2018. Okay, so that was here. So 5th of September, it all went down. So early September is when things tend to go haywire for cryptocurrency. So it was 18. Bear with me a second. 18% drop in September. Okay, so not as bad, but it was still a drop in early September where we were on a rise. We went from $5,900 all the way up to $7,500, and then we went back down to $6,100. Now, I remember at the time, 18% doesn't sound like a lot, but given the prices of Bitcoin back then, that was substantial. $7,500 to $6,000 was quite a big drop, and that happened in September. September tends to be a very bad time. Let's have a look also in 2019. Okay, so let's get the measuring thingy up. So here we are, 7th. So in the first example, the 3rd, then the 5th, now the 7th, okay? So again, big drop here. So right from here, and this was over the course of September. So within the September range, a 30% drop, 30% drop. So we went 40, 18, 30. Let's now have a look at 2020. Betty boom boom. So, okay, maybe have to go a little bit. There we are. Another 4th of September this time. So 4th of September, another high was happening. And then 4th of September, it went down 19.2%. So we'll round that up to 20%. And then let's go to last year during the bull market. Okay, so we can see it right here. Again, 5th to the 7th of September. Here we are, 7th of September. Even during a bull market, 26%. So we have got 40, 18, 30, 19, 26. Now, essentially, the average of that is 26%. So what we could be looking for as a basis. Now, I think we're in much poorer economic times. So I think that we've actually got a reason to go down based on the macro narrative going on right now. And a narrative that is going on globally. It's not just affecting crypto. It's not just affecting one market. It's not just affecting the US. It's affecting global markets. The US, the second biggest economy, the China, and then the UK. All right, so we have got some big pain coming up, in my opinion. So given that, September could be a larger than 26% average drop. Now, let's see where that would take us. Okay, so if Bitcoin was to go up to this 28k zone, and it may even find this, which is around about 30k, then that would be not very sizable. Like, at best case scenario, 26%, that would take us back to 22k from 30k. If Bitcoin was not able to get through this turbulent zone, this zone of basically grey cloud, because it's too turbulent in that area, then if it stays around about this 24.2 area and we go down 26%, we could be going down, you see it there, ladies and gentlemen, we could be going down to 17k. All right, 17k. The median distance will essentially be 22, 20, 17. So we could be seeing a drop if we have the average of the last 5 Septembers happening this September. So this is very much a crash zone. Okay, so if we plot from around about the 4th. So every single crash that has happened so far has happened in early September. All right, so if we just mark that zone right here, that is basically the turbulence zone right here. That is where we are likely to see Bitcoin going down. And if Bitcoin goes down, then everything's going to go down. Now, if the market should actually last, if Ethereum is carrying the market, okay, so Bitcoin normally carries the market. But if Ethereum carries the market and essentially carries it towards the 15th, then what I see happening is I see a major sell-off from all the people that have mined Ethereum. Because let's face it, all right, if you're a miner, the chances is that you've been in cryptocurrency for some time. You know about buy the rumor, sell the news. You know people are going to front run the drop. So I asked this question yesterday: will Ethereum dump before, on, or after the merge on September the 15th? And 41% said before the 15th, and I agree with that. So even if the merge carries the cryptocurrency market beyond the 2nd, let's say anything bad happens in the market, the dollar rises substantially and everything starts falling, something happens with a property giant in China, who knows, then essentially it's going to be around about the 12th, 13th that we really see Ethereum capitulate. And it's likely that the miners who have been mining Ethereum all this time are going to be selling whilst the price is high. Now, I'm not quite sure what's going to be happening with Ethereum. Obviously, Ethereum's going to merge. It's going to become proof of stake from proof of work. However, there have been talks about forking Ethereum and creating a proof of work version of Ethereum. So I'm not quite sure where that is going. Another thing that makes me very wary of the current market conditions is that Elon Musk has sold $6.9 billion worth of Tesla shares. Okay, now it says here that he sells 6.9 billion of Tesla shares as the Twitter lawsuit looms. It seems a bit coincidental that, look, China's starting to go down. Elon Musk is probably as economically knowledgeable about the macro environment as more so than anyone. Because at the end of the day, he runs one of the most successful businesses. He is the richest man in the world. And the likelihood is that this was him selling off his personal Tesla shares as a result of where he sees the market going. So he sees something that those people that think that the bottom's in and that the worst has happened, this says different. Similarly, like with Cathie Wood dumping her Coinbase shares at all-time lows. She essentially did, as somebody who's meant to be, very, very proficient at trading, she essentially bought high and sold low. So why would she do that? Why would she do that unless she saw some real disaster and chaos coming? Okay? So there we are. That is the law of the land. So my personal prediction is we are going to start seeing that we are going to either start seeing a surge towards early September, where September then is the stop of the bullishness and results in a come down of the overall market and also other financial markets, or we are seeing it slowing down now and we are going to have a harsh drop in September in anticipation of perhaps a quite good October and November. All right, so that could be a time when we see the market start to thrive because of the midterm elections. Now, not a lot of people are saying this. A lot of people are predicting that the latter part, quarter four of 2022, is going to be quite catastrophic. But I personally think it cannot be catastrophic because of the midterm elections. You know, they're going to lose the current seat in power. I'm not from the US, so apologies for not being so clued up on that. But the party in power are essentially not going to win unless they give the appearance that the economy is doing well, they're controlling inflation, the markets are buoyant, then they can get a positive result. Otherwise, it's over. So the political narrative has to be in favour of making the market have an upturn. So we could have a September drop before an October rally. That's what I think is like going to happen. And then quarter one of 2023 is going to be the bad time. That is where we're going to see crypto collapse and also financial markets collapse. And I think that is where we're going to start a long, drawn-out process of recovery. Okay, we're going to be really fully into recessionary terms, and it's going to be a long, drawn-out process to recovery, which I think we need to go to around about. I think that it will take until the halving for us to refind or even start the recovery to all-time highs. So there we are, people. So in the meantime, let me get up my bear market hit list and let me see what you guys have got to say. We've got 454 people in the chat, which is pretty good. So if you could quite literally just increase the likelihood of more people coming, it really helps me out, would be to just smash that like button if you haven't. Out of 460 people with 140 pressing, I don't necessarily think that's enough. So if you can do anything for me and you want me to come online and do more of these streams, give you an share off a lot of my knowledge, then make sure that you smash that like. It's literally the easiest but most effective thing you can do for me. So let's have a look and see what you guys have got to say. Mizwa. Mwiza. I kept getting it wrong. So we got Shakhtar. I wanted to say Shaka Khan there. CC, Patrick, Lindsay, the young boomer, Hassan, Tommy, Vils. Thank you for turning up once again. Hopefully the stud alert alarm went off on time for you. Glinbert, RK, RKO, Decav, Crow 8, A-Man, Placebo Gazebo, Ed Venus, Kiran, Patrick, Reverend, Dario, Vic 1000X, Lindsay 2, Danish, Alex Ivan, Boop, Wap, Crypto Studio 247. Love it. 24/7. American Crazy Horse. Yuck. Vuck. AMR Shots. Good to see you guys. How can we follow that list? Okay, I'll make it very, very easy on you. So I will quite literally get the link, share it in the chat. There we are. Very easy for you to just like it now. Love your videos. Looking forward to a crash to accumulate more. Jesus, it's hot in here. It's been so warm in the UK, but hopefully it's going to start cooling off over the course of the week. But I am literally sweltering, and I don't think that the black blazer is helping matters. But obviously a quite low button shirt is to compensate. So guys, let me know, are there any coins you want me to look at? Because it seems like it's relatively slow in the chat, and yet not much in the way of queries, which is very interesting. Santiago says, as an economist, I couldn't agree more with your view. Looks so clear for me that making money in the future looks easy. Yeah, I think that we are looking at the best buying opportunity of all time. And I think that, and this is my personal opinion, okay, so should we have actually hit a bottom, which you never know, 10% chance of that happening, then, you know, I think that from the point that the bottom was hit in mid-June, I think that that actually poses not that great of profits moving forward. I just don't. You know, if Bitcoin hits 17.5, right, when it goes to 170k, which could be in another 6 years when that happens, that's a 10x. It's diminishing returns. Unless you're buying a whole Bitcoin, what is the point of that? All right, so that is not all-time best buys price, in my opinion. And same for many others, like Ethereum. Like, if you think about it, where we are now is essentially just 2x less than the all-time high of Ethereum. And we would have only have been around about 4x less than the all-time high of Ethereum. So I think that poses rubbish kind of returns on investment compared to previous bear markets. And let's face it, no previous bear market that we've seen in the history of crypto, particularly in the last 5 years, is getting anything close to where we are right now. And yet Ethereum went from, you know, kind of $1,500 in 2018 to $100. It lost 10x in the last bear market. So in one that is very macroeconomically focused, why should we lose 2x or 4x? That to me sounds ridiculous, okay? So I think that there are much bigger bottoms to come, and who doesn't love a bigger bottom, in all fairness? Now, so yes, so I think that making money will be easy in the future, but one has to be patient, in my opinion, of waiting for the markets to really bottom out. And I don't think Vic 1000X as crypto winter will call everything off. I'd love for it to call me off right now. But yeah, so I think crypto winter is coming. It hasn't even happened. Julian says, why did you remove Saito and Stratos from your bear list? I think that the reason I did that is literally it's two reasons. Number one, I own both. And I wanted to make this a list of ones that I don't have a big position in. So I wanted to keep it super concentrated. The other reason is because they are very very high risk, low micro cap cryptocurrencies. So I don't think it belongs on this list. This list, I think, is fundamentally strong crypto projects. So what I'm talking about here is elite projects, ones that have got the money flow that signifies whale investment or institutional investment, all right? So the likes of Decentraland, ApeCoin, the Sandbox, Near, Solana, etc. All right, these are ones that show real clear signs of huge money flow. They've got fantastic volume. They don't decrease ginormously. And therefore, these present the strongest assets should things bottom out. Because we've already seen the Sandbox go down to about 79 cents during the bear trend. So if this was to be whittled down to lower, say 40 cents for instance, that would present an incredible opportunity versus something like Stratos, which has $300,000 volume. Like, that puts Stratos and Saito pretty much in the realm of a lot of layer ones that are yet to showcase the ability to survive and thrive. Okay, so that is why they are no longer on here. It just seems like it's a bit too much like, because I'm invested in them, it's like shilling them because I'm invested in them. I don't want it to be the case. Hex, El Hexagon says Hex. Hex is not on this list. But, you know, Hex, I think, is a relatively good hedge against fundamentally strong cryptocurrencies. Okay, so I think this probably would be worth getting at 1 cent. All right, so it has gone down to 3 cents. I would be looking for a much bigger bottoming of that. Richard Hart has recently said that he believes that that Pulse Chain is going to be coming out with it in a period of months, is what he said. Okay, so I think that translates to, I say that would have a 6-month period. I'd say it has a 6-month kind of timescale on that. From where we are now, that would take us to about February 2023, which would sit in Q1, which is when I expect for the real crypto drama and collapse to have happened. So I think he's going to want to bring it out in a period where cryptos have bottomed, because that gives the greatest potential for a rise, and for him to say at 400,000x or whatever, you know, when he brings out his next product, which will probably be I think he said to me back in December it would be a MetaMask-esque kind of wallet, which I think would be multi-chain anyway. But, you know, Hex, you can't really argue with Hex. You know, Hex has had 0% downtime. You don't have to have your keys compromised by getting a yield. And there's a long time lock, which means that a lot of the hexes are locked up. If you have a long time lock, it gives you greater rewards ultimately. So, yeah, over the course of time, I don't see Richard Hart going anywhere. I see him only increasing in popularity, thus meaning that he will probably take Hex up with it, particularly in the next market. Angie's in the house. Good to see you, Angie. Human Healer, the Investors Squad. ETH price prediction 2025. 10k? I think that ETH could go up to 25k, personally speaking. I think that the whole nature of Ethereum has dramatically changed. You know, it's going to sit right into the middle of one of the most investable assets as far as institutions are concerned. Okay, so firstly, it becomes deflationary. It's having a triple halving. It's going to be having 3 lots of halvings in one day. So Bitcoin has had 3 halvings so far. It's going to be having 3 halvings in one day, essentially. So what that means is that it then pivots to being the opposite of what fiat does and why we're in trouble with fiat, and that's inflation. So it's going to essentially revert. So it's going to be the ultimate asset to be involved in if you want the reverse of fiat currency. So it is going to be where a lot of retail are going to be putting their money into over the next bull market. And it's going to be where institutions put their money. Because this is going to turn into proof of stake, which makes it greener, which makes it fall into the ESG category, which is environmental, social, and governance. So it is going to be an ESG asset, which a lot of institutional investors really like to invest in. Ethereum's not a security. It's been deemed a commodity. As a result of that, it's not going to have any regulatory problems. And it just seems like everything points to this being incredibly successful and will flip Bitcoin. I think by 2025, we may have a new number one. Simply because of the tokenomics. The tokenomics are going to drive this ahead of Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin will always be low inflation fixed supply, whereas Ethereum becomes deflationary. And therefore, as demand comes for it, and I think the reason demand's going to come for it is because institutional investors missed out on Bitcoin. Bitcoin was really good to invest in back in 2013 when it was in the 3-figure club, right? And low in the 3-figure club. They missed that. Most institutional investors missed that. They may have got in 2017, bought discreetly, but most institutional investors missed Bitcoin. So what better to do if you've missed Bitcoin is revenge trade or revenge invest in Ethereum. Go after Ethereum. And then the ETF. There's going to undoubtedly be a spot ETF for Bitcoin in the next bull market. It may even be the catalyst for the next bull market. It could be the event, in addition to the halving, that takes Bitcoin up towards new all-time highs and battles the recession lows, essentially. But all that will need to happen is a copy-paste job. Copy-paste the Bitcoin ETF over to Ethereum. And then you have got an Ethereum instrument for institutional and wealthy clients to invest in. All right, so Ethereum is changing the game. And I think that 10k is modest. I think it's likely to happen. But I think we're going to see a higher price for Ethereum. And I think it's going to be along the lines of about 20k. I've seen that there are some super chats in the house, so let me. Oh yes, I do have some super chats. Right, okay. So check SCLP. Let's have a look and see SCLP. 10,355,000 looks pretty dog shit as far as tokenomics are concerned. Let's have a look and see what it actually is before judging. Digital money simplified. Simplest way to manage digital money, yada yada yada. Looks like it's got DeFi, and and it looks like it's a bridge to fiat, crypto to fiat. It looks like it's trying to be a kind of micropayments network kind of thing. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. It looks like it's micropayments, fiat, crypto to fiat transactions, DeFi mixed in. Yeah, I mean, it could be good for a punt, but let's just have a look at. It defaults to demodify for some reason. Let's have a look and see if there's anything on. No, there isn't. Right. Is it that one? Yeah, it's this one. Have we got any institutional investors in this? Okay, so we got Scallop X. Yeah, okay. So they've got AU21. That's about it. Oh, X21. Oh, Qcoin Ventures, pretty good. The rest of them, Black Dragon. Nah, so I thought it was Draper, but it's not. Tim Draper. So, an AU21 is I think a blacklisted. Yeah. So when did this come out? Let's have a quick look at that. Is this relatively old? Yeah, it's not old. $8, 25. Jesus. Yeah, you know, institution. The venture capitalists that got into that probably sold off at the top. MahaDAO. I've looked at this before. I think it's a pile of shit. DeFi cryptocurrency. Yeah, look at that. It's rubbish. It's going down dramatically as well. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with that. There's too many strong coins to. No UFO gaming. Yeah, there should be. Let's have a look. Yeah, UFO gaming's there. It has gone up 5x, which is pretty frustrating in all honesty. But I'm sure it will come down again. Next super chat. So thank you very much, Smokey Joe, for the super chat and the contribution. Crypto Studio 24/7. Suppo, let me put a gem on your radar. Unfi. Good volume ratio. Don't own a big bag, but I'm doing my due diligence. Okay, let's have a look at that then. Unfi. I think this has been around a while, hasn't it? Shit, look at that volume. It's pretty high. Yeah, it's been around since prior to 2021. It's been around ages. And it had its high during DeFi spring last year, basically. $41. It's only 4x down. That's actually not too bad. I think this is probably because of the resurgence in DeFi. Yeah, I think it's kind of because of the resurgence in DeFi, potentially. To me, it looks pretty shit. But let's see if it's on here. Fast and secure protocol bridging the DeFi economy. Yep. Brilliant. They don't have very good venture capitalists. I don't know what to say about that. I think there is a resurgence in some DeFi protocols. But, yeah, I don't really care for it. I don't really like these, if I'm honest with you. It's not my kind of product. I prefer layer ones. Axelar, thank you very much, Silver. Axelar, it's not out yet, is it? No, this was this is a layer 1 or something, isn't it? Or a LayerZero? Cross-chain platform, Web3, Polychain, Coinbase, Binance. It looks pretty good. I mean, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, a project's only investable if you've got a great project married with great price. If this comes out and shoots up, don't even bother. You know, there's much better opportunities, I think, out there. But Axelar has some great. Yeah, I don't need to go to there because we've just had a look at it. Powers a cross-chain future. Yeah. I mean, it could do. You know, at the end of the day, as all of these partners, they will be seeing it and they'll be thinking, yeah, may as well get into this. You know, it's obviously an infrastructure play. It's multi-chain. It's got good investors. Let's see how it goes. Let's invest and get the best price and hope for the best. So we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. Could be a good buy as the market progresses. But I have no idea when it's coming out. Let's have a look and see if there's any. there's any actual data on this. They've had a token sale. Oh, on CoinList. Oh, I think I remember this. $1 a token. Yeah, I'll probably have a very fast start. There seems to be a lot of cryptocurrencies doing the same old. So, yeah, looks good. Sadok Ben Ali, thank you very much for the €1.99. Thoughts on Trius? Okay, so let's have a look at Trius. So I think I've been asked to look at Trius a number of times, and each time I kind of give a shit about it less. But it's currently got it's 3-to-1 market cap to volume to market cap ratio. So it shows that there is a community of believers that are still into this. But where had it gone? Jesus. Oh, May last year, this went to $30. Just lost 30x, and then in November, this hit 26, so it was approaching its old all-time high, and now it's kind of just shot down. So what's Trius? They've still got an absolute dogshit website. Look at that. Like, let's face it, if you are a $2.5 million business, you have a much better website than this. This thing looks shit. Look at Axelar. Look at Moonbeam. Look at Avalanche. Those are a website. This is like, okay, so let's pretend I'm just a normal retail investor. I'm going to do my due diligence. Let's have a look. Right, okay. An all-platform supported server, PC, mobile, native application compatible smart contract execution platform, development framework, collaborative. There's more syllables in here than there are years that have ever existed. Okay, it's just too much without being clear about why are you unique. Okay, all new generation, all platform, blah blah blah, public chain system, yada yada yada. They've gone quite, I don't really know. It's looking at it from a new retail investor's point of view, it looks like dog shit. Their marketing's terrible. All right, so as far as I'm concerned, not much of a muchness. Unless you're in the know, unless you know something I don't. Suppo, talk about circulating supply if it's out 60% from the max of total supply. What do you mean? Do you mean Ethereum? I don't quite know. What are your thoughts on injective protocol? Yes, okay. You know, it's a good project. I don't care about it. Okay, so that is where it falls down from my point of view. But you know, it's probably pretty good. It's essentially is it Cosmos decentralized exchange? Hi Suppo, are you still bullish on Efinity as you were in the past? And what is your buy-in price for ApeCoin? So ApeCoin would be around about $1, which I think sounds very ambitious. But it did go down to $3 during the latest bottoming event. So it wouldn't surprise me if it could reach $1. You know, so let's have a look. ApeCoin, yeah, it could reach $1. So I would say $1. I would ape in. See how I did that? Ape in on that. Efinity, yeah, I think that is going to have its time. It's a bit like what is it? I don't know why, but I can't think of what this came from. Engine. So Engine just took forever to really get going. All right, and I think it's similar for Efinity. It's very kind of gaming focused, very kind of gaming infrastructure focused. I think that's pretty good. There isn't much in the way of gaming infrastructures that exist today. So you know, Engine was like kind of nowhere forever, and then bang, it just kind of shot up. And I think that Efinity is going to have a very similar. They're essentially the Polygon of the metaverse area, a metaverse, etc. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good asset. You know, very. I think this would be a very good speculative asset when the crypto market bottoms. Just tuck $500 into it, and just watch it fly, I suppose. And then if it doesn't, then, I mean, that's not financial advice, by the way. Don't get me wrong. And am I as bullish? Well, you know, no is really the answer, but that's how the market is designed. It creates an illusion where you don't see the opportunity. All right, so you're meant to predict the opportunity in the future. You're meant to predict that in the course of time, you can see why this can go up, and then you speculate on the result of that. It's much easier to speculate on Efinity, like I did last time, in preparation for the play to earn space, because we saw, what's it called? We saw Axie Infinity shooting up. We saw Metaverse exploding. So it was much easier to be bullish back then, because if Efinity was more relevant. But it doesn't. They are probably one of the least talked about. I for something so promising, they aren't talked about as much. So you've got to see the opportunity before the money flow comes in. But I still think it's pretty good. Libtech Suppo is angry. Anchi Kumar, Souls of Meta IDO thoughts, please. I'm not bullish on it. It's obviously a Bluezilla backed project, and I'm obviously bullish on Bluezilla long term. But I'm not investing in anything right now that's new. I'm just not. No, there's no point. Because what happens is you invest in something, you get 10% unlocked up front, and then the other 90% comes in the future. And by that time, when crypto bottoms, like, no one cares about the asset anymore. Okay, by the time the 90% is unlocked, that asset is gone and forgotten, and therefore that 90% is worthless. So really, on the 10%, that is where you make the money potentially. And unless it kind of 100x's, then really it's not that great. So I'm not interested at all in anything right now. And so Souls of Meta, I think it would have been a great project had it come out in early November 2021, but now not so much. I wouldn't bother. Check NIM, own blockchain, ZK Snarks. NIM! Lots of cryptos at this level. Loads. I don't know necessarily what sets this one apart. Crypto for humans. Payment system. Sending as easy as a bank transfer. Yeah, it's just, to me, it's not much of a muchness. It's just kind of just another cryptocurrency that exists that's probably a pile of shit and has a ton of competitors that does the same thing. So as a result of that, I personally would not bother. I'd probably get into just two payment systems. I'd get into, Kronos, because that's payment systems and they've really got the marketing nailed. I'd probably go into Castor as the low cap version of that, and that's where I'd leave it. I don't think I'd really bother with something else. But let's have a look and see if Nimic is on here. And see if there's any bullish investors to help me. No, it doesn't look like there are. Blockchain designed for simplicity, best performing, easy to use, decentralized, yada 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 yada. I don't know. To me, it just looks like it just blends in with the noise. Okay, there's 20,582 cryptocurrencies. It just seems like one that blends with the noise. Steve Ahoku with the €9.99. Thanks very much. Did you have a question, Steve or Steve? You are great, Suppo. Thank you very much, Sirkan. Thoughts on Tacky by Julian. I'll have a quick look at Tacky. Just a quickie. Nah, pile of shit. Don't even bother. 56,000. Come on. I've spent more than that today. And that's saying something because I haven't done any spending. So that shows you how shit that is. What's that noise? Oh wait, it's the 17 neck. Is that jacket stud alert alarm? I love it. Thank you very much, Tommy. I appreciate you bringing a smile to my face in every video. You've introduced us to Tencent, Everdome, and Fame MMA, but silent on Satoshi Island, which is launching like next week. Why not? I didn't invest in it. I think I put my money where my mouth is. Okay, so if I think something is good for the long term, I'll put my money where my mouth is, and I will just invest in it. Now, Satoshi Island, I didn't invest in. It's not my kind of project. Okay, I just didn't like it. I think it'll do well. All right, because word on the street is that they have secured some very good tier 1 exchanges, okay? So, just like with Fame MMA, just like with Everdome, I expect it to have a good launch. And if you sell at that launch, probably all power to you. But, looking at how Fame MMA has done, post-launch, so it did very well launch, 300x. But after launch, it kind of just died. And I'm not wanting to put my money into cryptos that just die instantly. I want to put my money into cryptos that I feel have a long life expectancy. And I just wasn't feeling it. That's basically what it pulls down to. I think it's probably pretty good. I think it'd certainly explode, but I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. So I hope that finally closes the book on that chapter. And that's the end of that chapter. Right, okay. Lydia, please let us know your thoughts on Citizen Star Atlas. I like them, I think that a lot of these projects like Sidus are just building in the background. The volume to market cap ratio is pretty shit, but you'd expect that because this is kind of really not spoken about. They have released a beta version of this, which I'm yet to play. I am able to use my NFT in this game. And my NFT is a spaceship. So I'm able to play this now, but I haven't yet played it. But from what I have seen, it looks like a pretty good play to earn game. And it looks excellent, I think. It certainly looks better than Axie Infinity and all that lot. Right? So it's just purely a case of waiting for the narrative to come back. Like if we just have a look at Axie Infinity, for instance, right? So Axie Infinity essentially spent forever nowhere. Like, it was like 50 cents, 50 cents, blah, 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 blah. It was like forever. It was like nowhere forever. All right? And then all of a sudden, boom! It just absolutely rocketed. And that is because the value finally found it. The narrative played out. So it's a case of... It could be a case of just investing and waiting. All right? Till Play to Earn makes a comeback. And Metaverse makes a comeback. Same with Star Atlas, I am pretty certain that these guys are already at beta stage. It's relatively okay value, about the same actually as Sidus, I think. Roughly similar. Is it? 0.15, 0.10, roughly similar. So this is oh whoops, wrong one. Oh, 6, that's worse then. That's worse. So Star Atlas was really the original space metaverse, open metaverse world for Solana. Great project. Let me have a look and see what the Sidus IDO price, Star Atlas IDO price. Oh, okay. So it's still 7. It's still 6x. Still 6x. The IDO price. It's not terrible, but yeah. So it's still quite strong, I suppose. Have a look at the venture capitalists. I'll take a year, but who cares? It's got 56k. Like, they've probably gone and left. I saw a question. It's just gone. It's gone. What do you think of Anchor? Anchor wanker. Right, okay, so let's have a look at Anchor. So Anchor is I think it's a really good technology. It's like staking solutions, like staking as a service. So these guys allow you to be able to like stake on multiple blockchains, multiple infrastructures. This was one of the first guys to allow you to stake for Ethereum too. I haven't really kept up with the project, if I'm honest with you. Fastest, most reliable Web3 infrastructure. 7.2 API requests. Interesting. API. So is this trying to be like looks like it's trying to be like the graph. Web 2 game to the next level with Anchor gaming SDKs. Stake and earn with Anchor staking products. They look like they're offering a lot more than they were before. Let's see how this is performing. 468. It's pretty strong. Fuck, look at that volume. Wow. The money loves this. The money loves this one. Yeah, I like it. I think it's because of the staking as a service, if I'm honest with you. I think that is the unique selling point of this. There aren't many things that it does. The other things it seems to do seems to be quite generic. Whereas the staking as a service is basically managed staking. All right, it's pretty cool. I don't want to miss out on questions about cryptos I don't necessarily know about. Feroz, I love you. You are the best YouTuber in crypto. Keep going, brother. I would like to ask one question. What do you think of Unficoin? I think I just looked at it and it's okay. You know, do your research into it because there's only so much one can do during a live stream, and to me, it seems like it's pretty unexceptional. It's obviously got volume that exceeds the market cap, which is either a good thing, it could be a bad thing. It could be an exit scam. No, it won't be that. But yeah, I don't know. It seems a bit meh. Can FTT have the same run as Binance? Yeah, I think so. Yes, definitely. I definitely think so because this is related to FTX exchange. FTX is looking to be the next Binance. You can see with all the acquisitions that Sam Bankman-Fried has done that he wants to make FTX a powerhouse. Yeah, he's done a lot of promotion, marketing of FTX. They are partnered with Mercedes Formula One, and Mercedes are actually offering a Formula One chassis recently via the FTX exchange, which I got involved in. I didn't win it, but it just goes to show that they are really they're aggressive on marketing and aggressive on keeping the brand name high, and it's just purely going to be a case of this having a trajectory upwards. It's already quite a high market cap, okay, but I think over the course of time it's going to exceed that. They are looking to compete with Binance. Sam Bankman-Fried is definitely going to be looking to compete with CZ. Sam Bankman-Fried, I think, is definitely wanting to be the next CZ. So if you want to take a bet on that and essentially have a stake on his journey as being the next CZ, then go for FTX. But I would wait for FTX to go down further. Let's have a look and see what the 90-day low is on FTX. That'll give us a basis. $21. $15? I think, maybe. It seems quite strong. $15, that would make it roughly 2 billion. Yeah, I think that would be a great place to get a token like this, actually. UOS, that's Ultra OS, right? There's two UOSs. UOS partnered with AMD. I don't know who that is. It's got a pretty shit market cap to volume ratio, just to put it out there. All right, it's like 100 to 1. That's, pardon me French, but crap. Ubisoft is obviously a great partnership, if that's true. Ubisoft. Let's have a look then. What's this then? No date on this. So Ubisoft is looking to utilize the UOS blockchain. It's related to EOS, is it? Yeah, I mean, like I said, the metrics say it all to me. This says to me, the money doesn't like it. All right, the money doesn't like it. All right, it's speculative. It's high risk. Could pay off. Who knows? There are not many infrastructures in the gaming ecosystem, so this could be a good bet. And it could be the case that the volume is literally a reflection of the lack of interest in gaming right now. All right, but let's have a look at the historical data. 1 million, 1 million. Oh, look at that. 2.5 million, 3.9 million. Let's have a look more in the past. Yes, 12 million in April. Yeah, I mean, it could be a good speculative buy. I'm going to look into this a bit more. I'll look into it a bit more, but to me, it seems like just a bit... It'll probably won't last that long. All right, it'll probably last maybe another cycle. I'd rather get into the sandbox or Decentraland, which will probably have the power to last about 3 cycles. John Holowak. Check out Woo, deflationary burn mechanism. Feeless trading platform. So Woo Trade, I think, is a leverage trading platform, isn't it? 10-to-1 ratio. It's okay. 27 million volume to 252 million market cap. It's pretty shit, but the last one we saw, Ultra, was like 120 market cap with 1 million volume. So this is better, I suppose, relatively. Ultimate trading platform. This is a new platform, all right? So people will probably be going to likes of Bybit, Bitfinex, BitMEX, if that's still a thing. Femex and all that lot. So Woo Network seems like it would be even a risk to use as a platform. But and I don't see many. I do not see what these guys should do is they should probably try and headhunt the guys that have been shilling Bybit and try and get them to get people to go on Woo Trade. That would definitely increase the usage, therefore the volume, and therefore it would mitigate the risk a bit more. But at this present time, I mean, it looks like it's speculative. Deflationary burn mechanism. Yeah, but what is the inflation? If there's inflation, a burn won't really necessarily make it deflationary. Is Woo Trade deflationary? Let's see if there's anything on that. Woo token has a maximum supply of 3 billion. It operates a deflationary model in which the network buys and burns tokens monthly. Half the income from Woo Trade is used to buy back tokens on the open market. Tokens are burnt on the 10th of the month. I had a chance to get into this at IDO, so I do remember it. But at the risk that it poses, it's a mid cap. So I probably wouldn't buy at this level if I was going to buy it at all. But it seems okay. It seems all right. And I think that there's more and more users of it. So, yeah, I mean, it could be a good speculative one. Again, not for me. Not for me. I either get in at the beginning or forget it. Banana Man. I wish the dump would happen sooner so I can stop checking the charts every day, damn it. No. It's never going to do that. I'm telling her that what the market is going to do is it's just going to... The market does what it always does. It leads you to think the opposite is going to happen. Simple as that. That's how cryptocurrency stays so spicy. Why do you think I'm still here after 5 years? It's because it is interesting. It's sexy. It's like it just keeps making you come back for more because it's so unpredictable, and it keeps on giving. It then takes, but gives. So, unfortunately, the magic and the floor is the same thing. The volatility. It's meant to mask the true intentions of the market. All right, and at the moment, certainly in the last month, it's been very bullish. So everybody is now, it's bottom, it's bottom. It's increasing percentage of people are saying it's bottomed. So that makes me think even more that it's not bottomed. So what do you think of BitGert? Shitgert is what I think of it. Thoughts on cross-chain tokens as next big DeFi wave? Cross-chain bridge tokens was a shit name, to be fair. Did you get into the CeFi NFT airdrop? No, I didn't. Potential of immutable X in the next bull run. Well, it all depends on if they can stay top of mind. Now, they seem to be doing really well in terms of rank, and they seem to be doing relatively well in terms of volume. So I think this is good. I think just wait for this to go to about 20 cents, and fill your boots. I would say $10, 20 cents. That would be. Let's have a look. That should be easy. About 50. Yeah, 50x. Yeah. So that's what I would do. These guys seem like it seems a very good project. It's got good partners. The difference is now Ethereum is actually becoming more scalable. All right. So how much are you going to need? Polygon, immutable X, etc. Once Ethereum introduces sharding. Okay. It all depends on what happens to the cost of gas. That is really what it boils down to. And so I think that this is a good hedge should gas remain relatively expensive and the longer scalability is still a factor with Ethereum. Until that point, this is a good good play and very good for the gaming and NFT market. Okay, so if you want to make an infrastructure play on the NFT market and the gaming market, then Immutable X is a good, very good shout, I think. Right, okay, I think that is it. Suppo, talk about tokens that its circulating supply is 60% or above, out and tradable. Is that a good measurement for a long-term holding? It's one of them. Tokenomics is probably one of the most fundamental factors that can drive the appreciation of an asset. Okay, but you need everything else. You need the vision, you need the marketing, you need community, you need the VCs and the connections that come with the VCs. You need everything. All right, so 60% is not a pure singular measure. All right, because a shitcoin no one cares about, that no one talks about, that has a volume of $1,500 could have 60% of its supply circulating. Okay, however, tokenomics that include low inflation, deflationary, or fixed supply, and we are close to the fixed supply, that does bode well from a hypothetical standpoint. But you do need the combination of money flow and a strong fundamental cryptocurrency. You need it all. You need it all, and that is why I have got the bear market hit list, because that is, I think, the definitive list of cryptocurrencies that have the potential to really thrive from a fundamental scenario. Right, I think I am going to make a move. Unless we get to 400 likes in literally 2 minutes. We got 456 people, 371 likes. It can be done. It can be done. Is Near Protocol the next Solana? I do think so, yes. But I don't think we are going to see that until the bull market. Okay, so if I just show you Solana. So Solana needed that clear run. All right, look, it was out for a while. Nobody really spoke about it. And people were accumulating it in this period here. All right. So what that means is that when it had a clear run, when the market was confirmed bullish, and that was from January 2021 throughout the course of 2021, then that is what kicked off Solana. Okay. You need a clear run. You need a clear bull run. All right. So if I get the Wall Street cheat sheet. What you need to do is you need to invest in an asset like Solana, or Near, sorry. You have to invest in an asset like Near here, right? Here. Just before. So here represents here, all right? $1 for Solana, right? That is what it represents. So you need for the capitulation to happen and the depression to kick in. And when people are ranting and raving that they think that cryptocurrency isn't going to survive, then you get in on it. All right. So I am waiting for near to get $1, $1.50. Could take a while, but I am willing to wait for this point here, and then it has that clear run. When it has that clear run, it does a Matic. It does what Solana did. It did what Bitmax did. It did what ADA did. So you just need that clear run of a bull market. This is not going to happen anytime soon. All right, so you just got to wait. You've got nothing to do but wait. Time's on your side. So you just wait for the price to go down, and then you've got from 2024 a nice clear bull rally into 2026. And there we are. Jobs are good, and that is when you're going to make a huge bank off something like Near. But I do think it's the next Solana, yeah. Last video, you said you're waiting to buy. We're not yet to dip, but Ethereum in the last month went up 100% after a dip of 800. What do you suggest to do? Wait or buy? Buy, we lost it. If buy, we lost it. Yeah, no. Well, so I have been quite honest in that I think that Ethereum isn't going to go down to what I hoped it would. Okay, and that is through no fault of my own. It's literally because the merge put a spanner in the works, okay? So the merge was announced about here, all right? When the merge was announced, it was game over for $300 Ethereum, I think, all right? But, as I have intimated, let's go and have a look at the SPX. As I have intimated, an avalanche hit the SPX in the last recession. Okay, so here we go. So what we had here was essentially it's exactly what's happening now. Government lying to people, government lying to people, government lying to people. Recession's finally realized. Bang, boom, everything shoots down. Right. So currently, where probably Ethereum sits, as far as this is concerned, is right here, okay? So we're having a bull market rally. Ethereum is also having a bull market rally. But the SPX, should it lose the rally come September, or should this actually be, yes, so should this lose this rally come September, good October, November, December, bang, quarter one, bang, end of quarter one, 2023, then we could be seeing Ethereum down here about $400, $500, $400. Okay, so you just got to think of the momentum of, this is S&P, so it's bad example, but 60% drop from the top of this bear market rally, which is similar to what we're having in Ethereum. All right, so if we had 60% drop in Ethereum from this bull market rally, what would that be? 800, yeah, so probably, it may just go back to the Ethereum merge has ruined $300 Ethereum, in my opinion. All right, but under 1,000 is still very good for Ethereum. All right, so I would dollar cost average from 800, but I'm hoping it would go down lower. You don't know how bad this recession is going to be. China is already gearing up for a meltdown, so you just don't know. You just don't know. Suppo, Pulse meme coins, don't give a shit about meme coins. There's a lot of degen plays happening right now, and I could not give a rat's ass about them. Right, okay, I think that's it. Thank you very much, Angie. I appreciate you being here. Let's just see if there's any more questions I've missed. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think I've addressed all the key questions. Yeah, I think I've done it. I think I've done it. Suppo, you're a smart dude from LibTech. How are you handling inflation right now? Tesco or Aldi? Lidl. That's how I do it. Lidl. Can you look at MCRT? Probably not. No. Can you talk about Sweet? I not really at this present time. There's just no point. I don't know enough about the token launch. Are you still holding LTO? Yes, I am, Tom. I am still holding it, yeah. Love Lidl. Lidl's pretty good. Yeah, Lidl is awesome, in my opinion. I love it. There's a shortage of high-class food establishments around here, which I've very recently found out. So, you know, if you're not that bothered, Lidl organic eggs for $1.69. Are you still in PAX World? No. Is PAX World even out? I don't think so, is it? Yeah, this was meant to come out via, what's it called? Yeah, it's not out. So, can you do about me, Swee? Oh, okay, fine. Right, okay, so Swee is a new infrastructure coming out. It has had, I think it's FTX have gotten involved in this, and Meta, which is the Facebook company, have gone into this as essentially a software development platform, for games. All right, so it looks like it's pretty good. Layer 1 blockchain, etc., for Web3, fast AF. So I like the informality. Okay, so look, right? Let me give you an example. Okay, so Trius. Oh, was I already on Trius? No, I wasn't. I was on Unfi or whatever it's called. Unify. Right, so look at the difference here. No, wrong one. Where is it? I'm going through all my bloody tabs now to look for it. And it seems as though I've lost it anyway. So let me try it again. So, Sweet. Okay. Je suis. So look at this. Look at this. Right, why would you invest in this shit? Okay? Just saying. But anyway, yeah, Sui looks like it's pretty interesting. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there's no way of being able to invest in Sui. But it's definitely one on the radar. And I'm definitely going to invest in it if I get an opportunity. So it looks like unsurprisingly, competitor to Ethereum. It's looking to be an Ethereum for gaming, essentially. Fast transaction, etc. Good backers, has potential. Green's got that ESG stamp of approval. Looks good, but at this point, no information on the token. Don't know when it's going to be released. There is going to be one. Bitcoin is going down, but it goes up again. Right, okay, so I think that's it. People. Let's have a quick look. Make sure I didn't get any. Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Big Boss Razar, thank you very much. Fantastic content as always. Right, okay. 2 units. So that is it for today's episode. So long story short, I expect a fall in September. All of the last 5 Septembers have resulted in a crash. Some as low as 18%, but as high as 40%. So looking at a median of 26% as an average of all 5 dips that happened in the last 5 Septembers, if we get them down to 26% from where Bitcoin is right now, we likely are going to hit, and we're going to likely either equal the bottom or get very close to the bottom. With what's happening in China, in conjunction with what's happening in the UK, in conjunction with next month's FOMC meeting, we've got the potential to have a drop, a big drop, and then a potential rise going into Christmas. All right, so the Santa bull run. All right, a bull rally. Typically, it's not. I don't expect it to be super successful or anything, but I think that September is going to be a chance to DCA, and then depending on what happens at the FOMC meeting next month. So if inflation's going down, Fed funds rate is probably not going to increase as aggressively, but then that depends on the CPI numbers for August. So we have to wait and see, but September could be a pivotal month. But either way, I expect a drop. And that could be related to China, or it could be related to something else we don't know about, but the 1% of the 1% know about. So ultimately, I think we're coming up to a very good DCA point. And I wouldn't necessarily say go all in, but I would say as a hedge for if we have a good mid-term period, that could be good for DCA. And I do expect for the merge to lead to a sell the news event. Okay, so essentially, I see a good buying opportunity coming up. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you like the video. On your way out, if you haven't, just literally press that thumbs up. Love it. And hit the bell notification, etc., etc. And I'll see you next time. You've been amazing. I've been the Suppoman. It is lights out, all out.